The Chiefs are going to go further in the playoffs than the Titans. And I say this for one particular reason alone. Patrick Mahomes compared to Ryan Tannehill, and this is my question I give to you all out there watching. Who would you rather take, Mahomes or Tannehill? I think most people would pick Mahomes. Now, yes, Mahomes has been problematic this year. He has not been playing like Mahomes. He's had some issues, keeping the ball into their possession. He's been turning the ball over a lot this season. But the thing about the Titans that I think will hurt them in the end is they don't have Derrick Henry. The reason why the Titans went far in the 2019 postseason was because they had Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry was playing at an insane level. But they don't have that guy now. They have Adrian Peterson, but obviously he's in the September of his years now. So I just personally, as just a general fan, and with this YouTube channel, I'm looking at the Kansas City Chiefs and I'm thinking to myself, this is reminiscent of the 2019 season when they got hot at the end of the year, because we're now getting close to the end of the year. We're over halfway of the year. We're in November. Thanksgiving is coming up here real soon. We'll be in December before you know it. And really, the AFC has been pretty, no one's really outright, a favorite. You can make an argument for the Titans. You can make an argument for the Chiefs. You can make an argument for the Bills and the Ravens. There's a lot of teams you can make an argument for. But I just feel at the end of the day, with Tannehill, he's going to have to win the games because they're going to have to win the games because of him. They were winning games because of Derrick Henry, not Ryan Tannehill. No, yes, Ryan Tannehill has been good. But do you think he can go into Buffalo, Baltimore, and win the game for the Titans? I don't know. Julio Jones, they have A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, absolutely. But here's the thing. Julio Jones hasn't been able to stay healthy, and that's problematic to say the least. The Chiefs, for the most part, are pretty healthy. They have their best guys out there. Kelsey, Hill, Tyrann Mathieu on the defensive side has been healthy. Chris Jones is back. So they're starting to get healthy and get guys back. The Titans have started, they lost Henry. Julio Jones hasn't been able to come out there. So they're losing guys. Now, yes, the Titans are winning games. But the Chiefs, they have all their players that they need. The Titans are missing some players. And yes, in the short term, it's probably working out. But I'm talking about the long term. And if we're really looking at the long term, if we're really assessing the situation for what it is, I got the Chiefs, man. I got the Chiefs because they've been there before. The Titans, yes, they had that long run in the postseason in 2019, but they were doing it because of Henry. Derrick Henry is their best player, and he is gone. He's out for the season. So, as a Chiefs, as a Chiefs fan, or even just a Titans fan, you're going to have fans who obviously want they're biased for their team and whatnot. And I still think the Titans could do some solid work in the postseason. They're a good team. But I think right now the NFL's put on notice from last night. The Chiefs are that team. When they're not turning the ball over, and this is one thing I've noticed about them, when their offense is doing great, the defense does the same thing. They do really well. It's like a reciprocal thing. That's one of the reasons why the Chiefs were so discombobulated this year, is because, the offense was out of whack and it translated over to the defense. They were not balanced. But right now, they look like they're balanced. And I think that is huge for the Chiefs going forward. And they're not sustaining a lot of injuries. Now, yes, every NFL team at this point, there are some players that are hurt, nicked up, because this is a long, hard season. But if you can stay healthy, or at least relatively healthy, you got a better chance than the other team that's not. And the Titans are a lot of guys on that offensive side, like Henry, like Julio Jones, that have gotten hurt. And I just don't think as the season progresses, for the case of Tannehill, who is a good quarterback, but if you want to go to the Super Bowl, you got to be great. You got to be better than good. And I just don't think Tannehill has that gene like Mahomes has. And that's why, in my opinion, Chiefs are going further. They're going further.